Now that the rain is over, the big concern tonight is flooding. Here's video from near the boat launch in Ada, where a driver was going to get a closer look at the floodwaters and then got a little too close. He tried to reverse out of that situation, but accidentally accelerated into the water. He managed to get out okay and walked ashore. But Kent County officials want people to be careful around the Grand River because they expect river levels to continue to rise. Here's a look at the areas they're most concerned about, including the Grand River in Comstock Park, Ada and Lowell, and Buck Creek in Granville. We also saw some storm damage today. The worst was in eastern Ottawa County near Johnson and 48th. Several trees were knocked down in Maplewood Cemetery. There was also roof damage to a barn. Storm Track Live indicated winds as high as 60 miles per hour today. Fortunately, we did not see too many outages. Just over 8,000 remain without power statewide, according to the Consumers Energy outage map. About half of those are in West Michigan. And as those storms rolled through West Michigan today, members of Kent County's emergency management team went to work, including a dedicated group of volunteers who leave the safety of their own homes to help in emergencies. News 8's Joe LaFurgey takes us inside the operation.
Inside a conference room here at the Kent County Sheriff's Department, the team monitored the storms and any trouble spots.
Rotation up in the Sparta area.
When storms rolled into Kent County,
you guys got it?
County's emergency management agency went into action.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
He reports that there is some updraft. I'm guessing kind of a shelf cloud there on the edge, but no rotation.
And in the middle of that action was Richard Doc Hodgson.
The storm should be moving through there right now.
The semi-retired physician is a member of the Kent County Emergency Services Team, volunteers who provide vital assistance to county first responders with everything from search and rescue to medical response to communications.
Can you ask Skywarn if they have anybody in the Rockford area? There's some rotational stuff going on.
Today, watching the radar and monitoring the radio and social media for damage reports are just a few of their tasks.
You name it, if it has to do anything with emergency management and supporting the county, we can be involved at some level. No one's not qualified. You know, one of the beauties of this is that we can train you to do certain things.
It's not just potential or actual emergencies the team helps out with.
We support events like the Riverbank Run for communications on the course. Most of our members are ham radio operators.
And they're always looking for volunteers. Doc Hodgson says it's a great way to give back to the community when they may need you the most.
It gives you a sense of fulfillment to be able to help other people in a role that really, it's not compensated in any way other than thank you.
If you are interested in learning more about the emergency services team, we have a link at woodtv.com. In Grand Rapids, Joe LaFurgey, News 8.
Well, some people had a little bit of fun with today's storms. After the rain flooded one homeowner's yard in Grand Rapids, he took his canoe out to make the trek across. And News 8's Byron Tollefson went to check out the flooding and talk to the family behind the incredible photo.
You can see the stream here with water funneling down. There's flooding here at Bredin Village in southeast Grand Rapids, so much so that the homeowner behind me had to take a canoe to go get his mail.
You got it!
Next to Bredin Village in southeast Grand Rapids, a couple woke up to their street flooded.
It's like surfable, right?
Chelsea Jandranoa has lived there for 5 years.
It's never been this bad, that's for sure. We've gotten some buildup, but never this bad.
City workers came and tried unclogging the drains, but they couldn't stop the surge in water.
I was impressed by the city, though. They came right away. I called, and they were here within like 10 minutes.
So Chelsea and her husband, Ryan Vaughn, made the most of it.
We were startled, worried that, you know, it'd be hard to get out of the driveway, and then we just thought it'd be fun. My husband was like, let's go put the canoe in it. And I'm like, all right, go for it. I'll grab the paddle.
With Ryan getting creative to get his mail.
He had a blast. Yeah, he just ripped his shirt off and hopped out. I mean, he loves to canoe, so he was excited, and it was just kind of a funny thing to do, too. Our dog got really excited. That's Bernadine, and she was chasing him all around. He grabbed the mail, and we just kind of made fun of it.
The water, several inches deep, didn't stop some drivers from going for it.
You got it, buddy! He's like worried he's gonna take on water. Look at that, that's crazy. It's almost all the way up to the step, yeah.
In southeast Grand Rapids, Byron Tollefson, News 8.
Well, the storms have moved out of West Michigan tonight after dropping a whole lot of rain out there. In the tracking center right now, Chief Meteorologist Ellen Baca here now with a closer look at the flooding concerns, what we can expect tonight. It was kind of crazy today.
Oh, yeah. We definitely saw some powerful downpours. And the thing is, we're coming off of an already saturated season. So if we look at our flood warnings across the region, you can see that we have Grand River at flood capacity for many spots across West Michigan. Here's just a few that officially have flood warnings. Keep in mind the Grand River at Robinson Township and the Grand River at Comstock Park are both continuing to experience flooding until next week without an end time to that. However, the Grand River in Ada, Lowell, and Ionia expected to start to minimize and at least settle below bank level by the time we get to next week. But at Robinson Township and Comstock Park, we're expecting at least moderate flooding, and we're going to have to monitor it as we continue to watch some of these downpours spread in and trickle in from some of our tributaries. A few other locations that we're watching closely, the Thornapple River at Caledonia and Hastings, that is also currently under a flood warning. So keep in mind, if you live in those locations, you're probably going to be dealing with some minor flooding. Same goes for the Muskegon River, likely muddy and moving fast at Bridgeton and Newaygo. So these are all areas that we want people to keep in mind, especially as all of this rain that fell today continues to drain into its basins and fill some of those banks even more so. The weather is going to start to turn a lot nicer here, and all of this rain is going to start to kick out completely. And what that means for us is a lot of recreationalists usually get out and start to enjoy the nice warm weather. And we do have warm weather in the forecast. Please just keep in mind that fast rivers are dangerous, and you're going to want to be extra aware. Temperature is sitting near 55 in Grand Rapids. We made it to 70 today, but you can very clearly see the cold air is rushing in. Our winds are still very gusty, sustained at 20 and gusting to about 40 to 45. Coming up, we'll talk about the cool down tonight, and we'll talk about a chance at a few 70s for next week.
Sounds good, Ellen. Thank you. If you want to check out more of the damage or flooding photos from today's storms, we have a gallery posted right now at woodtv.com.